Night Cellar. Good, we doing good? I don't know, I just saw this recently. It's kind of an old story, so you might have seen it. There was this TikTok influencer living in the South Pacific, and her whole thing was she only ate tropical fruit, and apparently she died of starvation. And I gotta say, I know this is probably gonna come back and bite me in the ass at some point tonight, but I think I'm gonna stick to eating frozen pizzas and peanut butter cups. I have not worried about starvation for a long time. Those fruits will kill you. But no, speaking of food, I was talking with a friend of mine recently, and they were getting jerk chicken for lunch. They're gonna get that. You know, that sounds like a tasty treat. It's a good time. But then I was sitting there and I was like, why do we eat only the jerk chickens? Some of you it took a little longer to get there. I know, I mean, it makes sense, but it's like, I want a chicken who's like got full of life, full of energy. He's out there, he's hoping to get the job, and he's hoping to throw himself a proposal. And then all of a sudden, one day I just come up from behind him and chop his neck. Just unrelentless. I gotta say, it does make sense to eat jerk animals. I mean, I'm sure that's how it is in the cannibal community. You know, they're just sitting there just like, well, who should we eat today? Well, Randy tried to pick fights with 3 different people and he poisoned the water supply. I think we should eat Randy. I mean, to be fair, if I had a choice between eating sweet, kind Stephanie and asshole Randy, I'm probably going to choose Randy. Hatred's probably got to taste better. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to eat Stephanie, but that's not really cannibalism. That's just a Saturday night. A Wednesday afternoon, if she'll let me. No, I do. I was on the dating apps for a while. I was trying the dating apps. And one thing I noticed a lot was girls were looking for what's called a golden retriever boyfriend. I don't know if you guys have come across this phenomenon, but and it's one of those things. It's like it seems very noble, but it's like it's hard because it's like you can't say you want a golden retriever boyfriend and then be mad at me when I accidentally shit on the kitchen floor. You were the one that said we were going to the park, and sometimes I get excited. I'm only human, folks. I also recently found out I was a mark for food award apps. I was at a bakery in South Fargo and I was picking out some tasty treats. And I walked up to the counter and the lady was like, "Oh, are you a member of our awards program?" "No." "Would you like to be?" "No thanks, I'd be too tempted to come back here." "Oh, we'd let you." In that sing-songy customer service voice that every old lady has. When we know what she really wanted to say was, "We both know you're coming back here, you fat fuck." You know that and that hurt. That really hurt, folks. Especially as someone who used the Chick-fil-A app later that day. Because they had a reward that was expiring. But I gotta say, food advertising has gotten out of hand. This is gonna be an all food set, you're just gonna have to deal with it. I was at Insomnia downtown here recently because I am a baked goods boy. And I saw they had a deal. It was 6 cookies and a pint of ice cream for $20. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Sounds like a good night. You know who they had as the advertising face for that? Vikings wide receiver Justin Jefferson. For those of you that don't know, Justin Jefferson is one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. He did just get the biggest contract by a non-QB in NFL history. But he also looks like he eats salmon and spinach for every meal. And occasionally, as a treat, lets himself have 1 almond. No, if you're doing stuff like that, you need a guy like me doing your advertising. This is a face that says, "I have eaten at that restaurant and it is adequate." All I'm saying, folks, if you're working in marketing, please hit me up after the show. My name is Dylan Bronman. Thanks and have a great night.